Good afternoon, everybody. So today's adventure brings us to Phenix City, Alabama. Now we're here for the Abigail Abercrombie witch folklore. Now, before Phenix City was called Phenix City, it was primarily two separate towns, Girard and Brownsville, basically. And it merged in 1923, with Brownsville being renamed Phenix City in 1897. Basically, long story short, Abigail the witch, which was supposedly a good witch, had three different husbands that died mysteriously. You know, back in the day, labeled her as a witch, etc., etc. And they basically hung her from a tree. And we'll get to that a little bit later. We're at the swamps right now. We're on Brickyard Road, right here. So, supposedly, she used to wander these swamp areas, which is why we're starting the video off right here. And I don't know the exact location. I don't think anybody really does. It's not that big of a swamp. It's, you know, it's not small, but it's not large, you know. But this is it. Now, I am going to tell you a little bit about, you know, the incident. It reportedly took place in the rural Western Territory that would become Russell County, which we're in right now, 4 years later. From the time of the witch hanging. At the time, the area was largely inhabited by Creek Indians, and nearby cities of Columbus, Georgia and Girard, Alabama were just being established. White settlers were few, primarily occupying lands purchased from the Creeks, etc., etc. One of the earliest settlements was Claymore Plantation, which we're going to be looking for that also, and it's not here no more. I believe it's been demolished long ago. It was owned by a man named Claymore, and located along the Chattahoochee River. So we're definitely going to be looking for that, and to try to find her grave. Again, we'll get to that a little bit later. But it was along the Chattahoochee River near what is now Brickyard Road. Here's Brickyard Road, or at least a piece of it, that we're at the swamp right now. But it was at the site of the old Fieldcrest Mills, which is the same place as the other plantation that we're going to be going to. Now, while the name persists today, the plantation was significantly larger in 1828 than any current property. The story of the 1828 hanging survives thanks to research of former Russell County historian John T. Smith, recorded in the 2003 book, The Heritage of Russell County, Alabama. So you can purchase that book. You might even be able to just look it up online and read a little bit of it. But we're going to walk around a little bit and just take a look at the swamp a little bit and just see what we see. Right now I'm parked on the side of the road, so I'm not trying to go too far, but we can go it down a little bit just to check it out. Again, we are in the borderline basically between Alabama and Georgia. So again, you got to keep an eye out for snakes, certain spiders and stuff like that, which we're kind of used to by now, so doing a lot of videos down here in the south lately. But this is it. This would have been your little swamp area that Abigail the witch would have, you know, frequently been spotted back then. Now, I don't want to go all the way down there because I don't know if I'm going to fall into the swamp stepping on that landing, which is a little jump down right there. But this would be your little swamp area right here. It's really quiet. I don't really see much signs of life out here. I'm sure there is, like I said, snakes and everything like that. But again, we're just going to walk around, take a look. Now I'm going to drive to different areas of the swamp to take looks at different areas. I'm also going to toss some screenshots and stuff like that in the corner so we can line stuff up. Not really line stuff up, but you know, go along with the folklore story. So again, here's your swamp, and there's a couple spots all the way back here that look really cool that I should have pulled over, but we'll do it on the way back. But again, this is where Abigail the witch would have frequently been messing around. I guess the swamp and the witch kind of go hand in hand a little bit when you think about it. Just to think, all the way back then in the 1800s, for a witch to be, you know, just all around, you know, the swamp area. And like I said, she had 3 husbands that mysteriously passed away. So, you know, it's a cool little story for you to read up on. I didn't prepare myself too much for this one. I read a little bit and, you know, just came on over here because this place is actually only 20 minutes from where I'm staying right now. So we figured we'd take a look around, show everybody. I have seen one person on YouTube show the swamp before. They were just riding by in their car. But other than that, no one really stepped out of their car to give a nice little video or anything. So that's what we're hoping to bring to you guys today for everyone that's watching. Could there be alligators in there? Sure. There definitely could. Some people will say there's no alligators in Alabama, and most people would tell you there sure is. So again, we're going to stop by a couple of little spots and try to track down some areas, but by the end of the video, we want to try and track down her actual grave. And it's marked by, I believe it said, 6-foot iron gate that surrounds her grave. So we have something that we can look for. We have a marker that we got to find. So let's continue on our journey and check it out and see what we can find. Okay, so we got a little bit of a better view. I'm down a little closer. I'm just watching my step real quick. But I'm going to give you a little more insight on the story as soon as I get up a little farther. I just got to pay attention to where I'm walking. It's starting to get really soft. I feel like I could fall through the ground right here. So, yeah, I could tell that it comes up a little farther for sure. Hold on. There's a lot of anthills and stuff. When I stand still, I don't want them all running up my leg. So let's head on over here. Well, I'm really sinking. So, okay. Trying to get over to this landing right here, which seems about the safest. Okay. So here's your swamp area. It's very cool. And as you see, my foot, I'm going through. Look at that. And then it's just like puffing back up. Okay. So here we are at the swamps off of Brickyard Road. And I'm going to tell you a little more about the story when they were going to hang her. The decision for a vertical burial was rooted in the common belief that a witch buried in a typical horizontal position could return to exact revenge upon those who sentenced them. An upright standing burial was believed to prevent the witch's return to earth. A tree limb was selected and a vertical grave was dug. A crowd gathered as Abigail was hanged by the neck over the grave. As the 3-hour hanging, could you just imagine that? Just hung for 3 hours. It's kind of insane. But as the 3-hour hanging was nearing its end and someone prepared to cut the rope, the narrative takes a dramatic turn. fire came out of the sky, which I'm assuming they meant like lightning bolts, maybe a storm or something like that. But it came out the sky and burned the rope to nothing. Abigail fell into the bottom of the grave with a heavy thud. The grave was covered and the community believed the matter to be settled. However, the gravesite itself became an enduring marker. Nothing would ever grow in the dirt covering the grave. Mr. Claymore reportedly interpreted this, along with the fire from heaven, as divine approval of his actions on his deathbed. He decreed that an iron fence should be erected around the site as an eternal memorial as to how witches should be treated. So, that iron fence is what we're looking for. Of course, not right here. It's down by the mills where she was hung and buried. I'm not sure if we can get onto that property, but we're going to try our best. But I figured I'd come down here and show you the swamps that Abigail the witch used to basically navigate and walk around and do whatever it is that she used to do down here. Maybe she had a little shack down here at one point in time, which definitely would not still be standing. You would be able to find the boards, of course, but yeah, it would be cool if somebody was brave enough to walk through all this, but that's not me. But I will walk the surrounding area of it just to show everybody a little bit, and that's what we're doing now. Basically, we don't know what we're going to come across. We're just down here in the swamps of Alabama and hopes that we see something. So far, the only thing I've seen while I've been down here besides ants all over the place is big birds, one white, one black. And they were farther down. I didn't want to stop the car just for that. But I really just wanted to show everybody the swamps and the area of the vicinity, because there's a whole nother side over there also. I'm not sure if you can park up over there or get out. I'm sure there's a trail somewhere, but we're going to circle the area and just check it out. But I do see like a building house way there. You probably can't see on my camera, but there's like a little house right there. Probably can't pick it up, but if you do, it's there. So someone's property. Maybe that's an old, abandoned property. I would hate to live this close to a swamp for sure, but this is it, and this is really cool. So now we're gonna try and find some of the plantations that they've been talking about, and see if we can find the burial site to, where the fire came out the sky and burnt the rope up and dropped her in the grave the wrong way. And basically that's where the folklore story comes from, that when she fell into the grave the wrong way, they didn't bury her how they were supposed to. And supposedly up here on Brickyard Road, at nighttime, as any other story, you can sometimes see or hear her. So we're just gonna walk around and make it back up here to the car and see if we can find the plantation or not. But one last look. Let me stand between these trees. One last look, and I'll see you at the next location. Okay, so as I was walking more through the woods, swamp area, I came across something that was really cool. Could this be Abigail's old hangout? Now, obviously the wood around it's really old, but they do have some new wood. Of course it's not, but it's really cool to see an image of what could have been. This is what it could have looked like. Something like this, just an old shack, in the middle of the swamp. And to come across this as we're trying to do a story down here is pretty awesome. Again, we're in Georgia. People probably sit up there and fish or something like that. Who knows? But who knows how long it's actually been here? Did they build it? Or has it been here since back in the day? We will never know. And since it's completely, I mean, that's probably like knee-high deep. It probably gets deeper and deeper as you go. I wish it was more closer to land. It's not far off, but I wish it was more closer to land so I could hop up there. But to see this shack is pretty cool, only because of the reason that we're here. Again, we're going to continue on our adventure, and I'll see you at the next location. Okay, so we're right off of Brickyard Road, where the folklore takes place, the Abigail witch and stuff like that. And we have this little entranceway right here, which is locked and closed, so we're not going to go, you know, past the gates today. Alright, it says Easton Woods on both of the gates, which is really cool. This looks really old. It's iron. It is really old. Now this is really cool. And then on the property itself, from what you can see at the front, is, let me zoom in a little bit, these abandoned buildings. Look at that. I can zoom out for this one. Then we're just going to walk around it real quick and show it to you guys. Just because we love doing abandoned places also. So, might as well get this in a shot. This barbed wire, everything is so old. Which is good. We all love old stuff. It's really trashy, but let me get to a better angle real quick. Alright. Look at that. Kind of reminds you, got the old rocking chairs and stuff on the porch. Now, it could have been someone's house, you know, because this is that property. It's someone's property. But, you know, back then, yeah, I'm going to say because it's gated in and the wood is so old. But I want to say because it's gated in that it's definitely a homestead. It's someone's home for sure. For a second there, I was thinking like, you know, a store, a country little store or something like that, because this is how they look. But that's really cool. Let's try to, tripping down the hill. Let's make it over here to these other set of gates, which I'm sure says the same exact thing as the other gates, Easton Woods. So, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Look at that. Building back there is almost completely collapsed. No dumping allowed. So if someone owns the property, obviously there's a camera right there. So again, it says the same thing, Easton Woods, which is really cool. I really like this gate. It reminds me of some horror movie that you're about to go inside of. It's really old in person. I don't know how the camera's picking it up, but it's old for sure. But this building back here, that's the roof completely on the ground. And the building behind it doesn't look much better. It has definitely seen better days. But we're going to continue on our adventure on finding the burial spot of Abigail the Witch. And I'll see you at the next location. Okay, I came across this, look, it looks like a ceiling tile, but it's brick. It's like a foam brick tile. Now that is really neat. Kind of looks like a prop if, you know, a movie was filmed here or something like that. That's really cool. I was looking around to see if I see any more, but I don't. I do see a bunch of shells that we just walked by. Here's some more. I really wish I knew what factory this was, because I really enjoyed this. This is really cool. This is the official bulletin board. Look at that. Really cool. Let's see if this door opens. And it does. But it leads out to a pile of trash, which is fine. And there's a whole another set of buildings over here, which we're going to walk our way to as I'm still carrying this. I really think this is neat. This is really cool. It could have just been the decor, you know, in that area. Could have, I don't know. But that's really, really cool. I might hang on to this. I'm not sure if the place is set for demolition. I mean, it's mostly, the insides are already demolished, as you've seen. But let's walk in through this way, shall we? And see what we see. This graffiti on the wall right here has a picture of a Grim Reaper, and it says, "Are you ready? There is nothing for me here." It's kind of sad. And we got someone's car parked back here, which is really weird. Which could mean that there's more people here, you know, besides the person that I seen out front, who was also here just taking pictures and stuff like that. Oh, okay, we're just on the other side of, we were on the other side over there, right past all that rubble. And look at that, ADM. The first thing that popped in my mind when I seen this graffiti of ADM was Adam DeWoo. Rest in peace. The best to ever do it, for sure. But let's get up in here. Make sure it's all safe and no one else is in here. And I'm not sure what this would have been. This looks like it would have had circuit boards or something like that. All right here. But right here, it's like you could have, you know, observed this whole side of the warehouse, is what I'm going to call it. It's really cool. But I am now going to place this back down. I just thought it was really cool. I want to show it off. And we're just going to keep moving. See, I can see another building deep back there, which, let me run up this dirt hill. And it's really cool. Nice little abandoned spot to check out. Again, every time that you're in an abandoned spot, I can't say this enough. Never bump into wires. Stay far away from wires as you can. Oh, look at this. Over here it looks like a little basement, which is really cool too. Let's make sure it's not flooded, because in there was all flooded like there was no tomorrow. Oh wow. Did them steps go down underground? I know you can't see it because I don't have a flash. Alright, so I might record this a little bit on my phone real quick. Alright, now you can see it. You can actually see more in the phone than I can see in person. And I think it's flooded. Sorry, I'm taking my time. We are in Georgia. You don't know what's down here. But I think, oh, it's a dead end, I believe. Yeah, well, it wasn't a dead end, but it's all encaved. It all fell down, it looks like. And that's the end of the area. Now this was cool. That was pretty cool seeing that, for sure. All right, now I'm gonna switch back to my camera. Okay. Coming back from underground, which is this thing right here, and it ends over here. Now I wonder, I really do, I wonder if it kept going all the way. As you can see, all this fell in. It could have led right here. No, it didn't though, because the only reason I could tell you that is because there's no, entrance way for the tunnel to keep going. But who knows, maybe it could have turned, and went this way or that way. You won't know. Yeah. It's really cool. A lot of bricks. Right. A lot of graffiti. Graffiti comes with the abandoned territory. What makes it okay, I don't have nothing against anybody doing what they do when it comes to graffiti. But I would rather see the nicer graffiti, the nicer, tags and stuff like that, like the pieces on the wall and stuff that you've seen in the beginning of the video, of course. But when it's just crap, I just feel like you're ruining it. But against the law either way. But some of the videos I do, I ain't supposed to be in some of them places neither. But I do it so I can bring everybody that watches me, the footage, so you don't have to go out and do it yourself. That's what we do this for. I had another YouTube channel that basically got deleted. So right now, on this channel for the past while now, and let's see what's out here. Hold on. So it's not like I'm getting paid to do this. I don't get paid. I don't, anything like that. I don't, I do this for fun. Stuff like that. And just to record a little bit, just to show everyone around the area. I think that right there is like an air vent. Yeah, that's a whole air vent right there. And again, sorry, I'm watching my surroundings. You never know what can pop out on you in the Georgia woods. But yeah, look at that. Just weird stuff you find in the woods sometimes. But let me get down a little bit. And I just don't see anything. And I'm not saying, let's go down, why not? And I'm not saying that it's not here. But at the same time, I'm not saying that it is. I'm more or less saying that I hope it is. You know what I mean? So, look at this. Just down here in the middle of the woods. Look what we found right here. What is this? Is this like a tower that fell over? What is this? Somebody in the comments let me know what this is. It's really cool. Now I see a hole right there, but I'm done sticking my head into things I know nothing about. I've been in some heavy radiation areas and asbestos areas, and so far I feel like I've lucked out with my health, at least for now. I mean, this thing, it's so big, it's humongous. But it seems like this trail circles over here. I'm not trying to get lost down here. I don't even remember if I locked my car or not. But wow, okay. So it looks like maybe people ride their ATVs or something through here. I can see the tracks. But oh, look at that. The other side. Hold on. I think I see like a house down there or something. And you don't want to roll up on anybody's house in the middle of the woods. Especially in the south. I'm sure anywhere. But especially down here. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's go check it out. This looks like a building. Just lost down here in the woods over time. I didn't even bring my knife with me. And then this is like some sort of big fence. Like something used to be down here for sure. This is all gated. And it wraps around. It kind of reminds you of like a, you know, where during baseball, where you're hitting the ball at. That little area. That's exactly what it looks like too. And if this was like an old little baseball area, that is so cool. We'll go over there in a second. Let me come over here and show you this building that I just happened to come across. Alright. Really old. Let's peek in there. Okay, this is just a room. And yeah, there's definitely tire marks back here. So locals definitely, some at least, know this is here for sure. This is really cool. I have no idea what it is, and I wish I did. I like to have more information on places when I come across. Oh, hold on, there's some thorns. Ugh. Okay. And let's take a look into this room. Look at that. Tell me that's not neat. Look at that's what's left of the roof. It's one simple cross area. Oh wow, look, there's a whole another. I'm trying to figure out which way to go to it. But down here, before we head back up, there's a whole nother. Hold on. Okay, that's the end of that. And it is gated in, but look at this. Look at this. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but abandoned house maybe. I'm just not too sure. But this is cool. Let me get a better view for you guys. Look at that. That's the chimney right there. This, I don't know if it caught fire. I'm looking for burn marks. I don't really see burn marks. We have so many storms down here. This could have been taken out by a storm. Something like that. And what's cool is, I bet you, if I keep on going, which we're not going to today, but definitely another day, if I keep on going, I will keep on finding more buildings and more buildings. To a lost world that's no longer here. But this looks like an old trail for sure. It leads that way. Trying to look. I really want to find Abigail's burial site though. Sometimes you just can't find what you want right away. Sometimes it takes a little more digging up and a little more, you know, studying on the history of the area, going back, you know, years and years, you know, on Google, you know, maps and all sorts of different stuff, you know, just being on the internet for so long. And like I said, I only did about an hour of research before I ran out here real quick. Let me make sure, yeah. So this area, look right here, it was another property. It might have even been to that property, but here's the steps that lead to nowhere. This is really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk to the edge right here, and then we're going to head back up. But this is really cool. I really enjoy it. This was a fun little adventure. I think seeing the swamps was probably one of the coolest things. Yeah, like I said, it just keeps going and going. Now I see somebody's deer stand out there. So, we might be venturing onto somebody's property now. So let's head on out. I can see one of them trail cameras right by the tree where that hunting, stand is. But we're just gonna, go back and do some more research and do a follow-up video eventually. And, hopefully we can find it so we can do a follow-up video. But I would like to be the first to find the burial site, of course. It's always nice to be the first. Here's that little area that reminds you, well, reminds me at least, of a little baseball area. And I don't see nothing on the floor, and I know everything would be buried by now. But no home plates or anything like that. And it's really cool because, these trees are probably knocked down way back in the day. Who knows how old that structure is? And I know you can barely see it, through the woods, but I did get up close a little bit earlier for you guys to see. And that's about it. We're now gonna make it back up to my car, and I guess we'll call the video right there. And hopefully I can find something, and in the future I could come back for another set of videos for everyone to see. But let me get over here once again, hold on, so we can see whatever this is. I know somebody knows exactly what it is and is probably watching my videos like this idiot. But I don't know what this is called. And here it is up close. Obviously people have seen it because I see a little bit of graffiti right there. I'm assuming it's graffiti. And yeah, that's about it for today's video. So we got to see where the plantation used to be. We know that if she was buried from the folklore tales, this is where she was buried for sure. It was somewhere in these woods back here. It's a lot of tracking to do. We got to see the swamps, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever been to a swamp area in Alabama yet, so that was my first. We got to see a couple little places. Got to have some bonus abandoned places in between. And we are out the woods that fast. Like I said, I only went 5 minutes into the woods about, and there's so much to search here that I might just have better luck right now doing it on Google Maps and then coming back for a follow-up video. But we're back out, and hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Again, Abigail, we have so many storms down here. This could have been taken out by a storm, something like that. And what's cool is, I bet you, if I keep on going, which we're not going to today, but definitely another day, if I keep on going, I will keep on finding more buildings and more buildings. To a lost world that's no longer here. But this looks like an old trail for sure. It leads that way. Trying to look. I really want to find Abigail's burial site though. Sometimes you just can't find what you want right away. Sometimes it takes a little more digging up and a little more, studying on the history of the area, going back, years and years, on Google, maps and all sorts of different stuff, just being on the internet for so long. And like I said, I only did about an hour research before I ran out here real quick. Let me make sure, yeah. So this area, look right here, it was another property. It might have even been to that property, but here's the steps that lead to nowhere. This is really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk to the edge right here, and then we're going to head back up. But this is really cool. I really enjoy it. This was a fun little adventure. I think seeing the swamps was probably one of the coolest things. Yeah, like I said, it just keeps going and going. Now I see somebody's deer stand out there. So, yeah, we might be venturing on to somebody's property now. So, let's head on out. I can see one of them trail cameras right by the tree where that hunting, stand is. But we're just gonna, go back and do some more research and do a follow-up video eventually. And, hopefully we can find it so we can do a follow-up video. But I would like to be the first to find the burial site, of course. It's always nice to be the first. Here's that little area that reminds you, well, it reminds me at least of a little baseball area. And I don't see nothing on the floor, and I know everything would be buried by now. But no home plates or anything like that. And it's really cool because, these trees were probably knocked down way back in the day. Who knows how old that structure is? And I know you can barely see it, through the woods, but I did get up close a little bit earlier for you guys to see. And that's about it. We're now gonna make it back up to my car, and I guess we'll call the video right there. And hopefully I can find something, and in the future I could come back for another set of videos for everyone to see. But let me get over here once again, hold on, so we can see whatever this is. I know somebody knows exactly what it is and is probably watching my videos like this idiot. But I don't know what this is called. And here it is up close. Obviously people have seen it because I see a little bit of graffiti right there. I'm assuming it's graffiti. And yeah, that's about it for today's video. So we got to see where the plantation used to be. We know that if she was buried from the folklore tales, this is where she was buried for sure. It was somewhere in these woods back here. It's a lot of tracking to do. We got to see the swamps, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever been to a swamp area in Alabama yet, so that was my first. We got to see a couple little places. Got to have some bonus abandoned places in between. And we are out the woods that fast. Like I said, I only went 5 minutes into the woods about, and there's so much to search here that I might just have better luck right now doing it on Google Maps and then coming back for a follow-up video. But we're back out, and hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Again, Abigail Abercrombie is her name. If you want to read up on the history of her, check it out. There's not too many videos out there about it, which is why I really wanted to do it. I only seen one other video where somebody showed the swamps, but they were just driving by it. So, I wanted to get out and give everybody, a good look at everything. But I hope everybody enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see everybody on my next video. Everyone have a good day. Good afternoon, everybody. So on today's epic adventure, we're going to be trying to track down the burial location of the Abigail Witch, often referred to as the Witch of Brickyard Road or the Field Crest Witch. It is associated with an alleged grave site located in Phenix City, Alabama, directly across the Chattahoochee River from Columbus, Georgia. The legend has it that Abigail was allegedly hanged and buried vertically in the woods near the Fieldcrest Mills in Alabama. Now we are on Brickyard Road, going this way, and St. Doc Road, where the Fieldcrest Mill was. So it was supposedly she was buried in the woods that would have been behind the Fieldcrest Mill. So we're going to search these woods. We're also going to search these woods over here and possibly these over here, but we're not sure if we could get into that. But hopefully everybody enjoys today's video. This is going to be uncharted into the woods. As you see, this is how they look. So we're just going to be making our own entrance and going. Looking for a 6-foot iron fence that supposedly went around the grave. Okay, so we've been walking through the woods for about 10 minutes now, and as you see, our pinpoint shows right there. Right over here would be St. Doc's Road and Brickyard Road. Oops, sorry. Right over here would be St. Doc's Road and Brickyard Road. And we're about right here. Like I said, we're going to do all this surrounding of the woods. It's a nice little lake right here. But again, we're just taking a quick walk through. I'm here with Terry today, and we're just taking a quick walk through the woods, and we're going to see if we can locate that 6-foot iron fence that Abigail was supposedly, buried at. So eventually we're going to walk off into the deep woods. Right now we're following a little path that actually brung us back here to start. Very cool. Definitely some snakes in there. Possible alligator. Alright, look at this. And there's not much more info than what I already said in my prior videos. If you haven't watched my prior videos about the Abigail Witch, we searched some of the brickyard. We searched the swamp area on Brickyard Road. A couple of different spots. And everything lead us back to here. So, supposedly she's in the woods. And she's buried vertically, standing up, so she never rests in peace. And it has a 6-foot iron fence around her. So that's what we're basically looking for. Now we know it's folklore, but it's for the thrill, it's for fun. So I'm going to put some music over the video, and I hope everyone just enjoys this little walk through the woods that we do, and hopes to find the 6-foot iron fence that Abigail the Witch is buried in. Okay, I'm not 100% sure if you can see that or not, but we're now on the other side of Brickyard Road and St. Doc's Road, and we spent about 40 minutes over on the other side and didn't come across anything that, you know, wasn't supposed to be there. So now we're on this side, and I just want to make sure that I cover all sides of, you know, St. Doc's Road and Brickyard Road for whatever which way that the Fieldcrest Mill, you know, would have been on what side of the street. So I just wanted to make sure that we got, you know, all the wood sites that would have been behind the mill. This one, when we first came in, you could tell that there were some homeless and stuff like that. But now, on this, you know, as we got farther back, you know, you could tell it's kind of untouched. It's a hot day out today. But this is fun. We're enjoying it. Just, you know, actually we like to just walk through the woods in general, looking, you know, for historical places or anything like that, even film locations. Going through the woods is the best. All right. And as long as there's no trespassing and, you know, you don't have to worry about anything like that, like trespassing or private property, you know, I'll bring, you know, one of my kids with me, you know, that like to explore places also. So this is all free terrain, I should say. We circled it a couple times just to make sure. Looked at it on Google Maps. It's just all woods. This little area right here looks like it opens up just a little bit. Just a quick little circle of an open up. Look at that tree with the vine running across it. Hold on, I'm not as young as the kids. And you see he's making it farther than me faster. Alright. But yeah, just to let you know, we're now on the other side. And I want everyone to be aware that we're on the other side now, going through these sets of woods, looking for the Abigail witch grave. So searching through the woods, I see this one lump right here and another lump right there. Then came across all this old wood. I mean, this is old. Look how old this wood is. Look at all that. Oh, there's a lot of bugs underneath that. But there's lots of the pieces of wood. And I thought that was pretty cool. That could have been anything. Let's see. But again, what we're looking for is the 6-foot iron fence that kept, you know, that sealed the area of Abigail the Witch burial site. Searching through the woods, we haven't seen much, but we did come across some old wood. Look at all this wood right here. We did come across this. This has been here a long time. I can't tell you how long. All right. But we're gonna keep searching. So follow us as we keep searching. Now I do want to state this. All the woods look like this, but this one circle area, look how green it is. That's insane. So that's where I found the pieces of wood too. Look at the difference. You can see the split difference. And yes, there's trees all over there. The green keeps going. We're in the middle of the woods. I just thought that was interesting. So we're now leaving this part of the woods. We done searched all around. We couldn't find it. We tried everything. I used my phone and made sure that I covered every little area on all sides of the, of Brickyard Road with the woods that she was supposed to be buried behind the Fieldcrest Mill. So we searched everything, and there's no 6-foot iron fence anywhere. But thanks for joining us on today's video. It was fun just to look for it. And I wanted to follow up on this video since the last video we did. But I want to thank everybody that stayed for the video just because. We're now making it out. And I'll see everybody else at the next location. Y'all have a good day. Okay, we are now back looking for the Abigail Witch. We are at the pond. Thanks to some of my TikTok followers have left a couple comments saying that it's not on this side of the pond, that it's on that side of the pond. So I'm here with my mom and Mark today.
Hi.
And we're just gonna try to walk around. I don't know if we all are gonna be able to make it, but I'm definitely going to run over there, even if it's just real quick, and just look for a old building that supposedly Abigail the Witch is buried at. So we're going to walk around a little bit. Came across this old statue cement type table. Look at that. And also the pond is right there, literally below them. Oh yeah, I see it. It's like a chicken wire fence. Where's that chimney at? There's also a piece of cement sticking up. Definitely some sort of property back here. Some more bricks. So you can see them. They're buried for sure. Everything's buried. Look at this. Look at all these bricks. Look at that one. And there's so many bricks, but I do see a fence over here. And I want to check the fence line out. It's not a 6-foot iron fence, but it's a fence nonetheless. So we're just going to check it out. We're trying to make our way. As you can see, that's the pond right there. We're trying to make our way to the other side. Since we explored this whole side in our last video. We made a couple of videos here, so we've been exploring all over. What do you think this is? Ooh.
It's all the way to the waterline.
Oh. This is old though. This is really old.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's open all the way down here. Hopefully it doesn't go all the way down. I'll make the way. Yeah, we can walk in, right? Yeah, oh yeah, the tree knocked it down. Look at that. The tree knocked the fence line down. Yeah, the tree's, you see, yeah, the tree's really old.
All right, honey, be very careful over here.
And the fence line did go all the way down to the water. This is knocked down a long time ago, though. But from what we can tell from Google Maps, this is nobody's property. That's what matters the most at this moment. Okay, so right there is the end of the pond. As you can see on my phone, the pond is right there. And we searched all that. We're now on the other side of the pond. As of right now, we searched all sides of the pond. So the pond actually stretched up a little farther than we thought. But this is what there is now. We have found pieces of wood, pieces of concrete. You see stuff like this. You know, that's out here in the middle of the woods, that leads me to believe that there was something out here at one point in time. But we're looking for a 6-foot iron fence or smaller and an old building. Now we have did a couple of videos in the past. Starting from the swamps from Brickyard Road all the way up to here on Brickyard Road. And of course we're going to keep searching for everybody for a little bit. But I don't really see signs of any type of building nor a 6-foot or smaller iron fence. Now we all know this is folklore for the Abigail Witch of Brickyard Road, but it's always fun to come, you know, what if you did find it? What if you did come across it? It would be really cool. Let's see which way to go. Which way you want to go? Which way you want to try before we head back? You just want to keep going this way?
It's right here, the pond, right?
I'm not sure if the pond, I mean the pond on the map says that it stopped way back there. Well, but it seems to still be going. Either one. Let me see. This one's all thorns.
Which one would you know? Which way would you normally go?
I would send Terry that way towards the pond and ask him if it will still flood it. Watch out for that was a thorn.
Yeah.
It hit my foot.
It stuck to me.
It got you?
Oh God, it stuck to me.
Yeah, it was a loose one.
Alright.
This way, no thorns, no thorns. Okay. Go ahead, you go first. This way I can hold the big stuff. No thorns though. I guess we could just go up to this clearing up here and scope around.
Sorry.
Because, no, it's fine. Because they're, you know.
There's gotta be something back here.
And we didn't come across this also. Now, you can tell that it was some type of foundation for sure. Look at all this. Look at that. That's beams. That's metal beams sticking out right there. If you can see that good. But we searched all around the sides of this before we actually came over into this. And there's nothing. There's no 6-foot iron fence. We're smaller. I was looking for any type of iron fence in the world. Didn't matter. Didn't come across anything. We've been out here for a while. We're about to head back now, and maybe some of my followers could give me some more information or something, and maybe have a coordinates or a pinpoint location to exactly where it would be at if it was here. It would really help if we could find the Fieldcrest Mill itself. Like, where was that factory exactly stationed at? Was it far back here on the property? Was it up close on Brickyard Road? So we're gonna call it a day, and we'll come back out again if we get some better information. Okay, so for everyone to know that's helping me out right now, we have searched this side of the pond all the way, I mean far back beyond the pond. This side of the pond. This side of the pond. We have also searched this side of the pond where that abandoned baseball field and stuff is. So we have searched all 4 sides of the pond. So if anybody else has any information, any coordinates or, you know, pinpoint location, just let me know in the comments. Send me a message, something. But
through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth the witch's love.
so we're now standing out front of the property of the old Fieldcrest Cannon facility located off of Brickyard Road in Phenix City, Alabama. It was a major towel weaving plant. Now, as the legend says, she was buried behind the old Fieldcrest facility off of Brickyard Road and State Docks Road. Now, State Docks Road and Brickyard Road is a little bit down. It's basically at the edge of this facility right here. So this is the front, and she's buried behind somewhere. So that's where we're going to be heading today. Okay, we're now at State Dock Road and Brickyard Road going this way right here. This property right here is the back of the Fieldcrest Mill facility, which is right up there. So this would be the back, and here's the power lines that we're supposed to follow. So we're gonna head back this way right here. Okay, so we are back in the woods behind the old Fieldcrest Mill off of Brickyard Road and State Docks Road. And we're still looking for the grave of the Abigail Witch, the Witch of Brickyard Road. Now, I did get in touch with the author, Mark Clark, from the Citizen of East Alabama, and he wrote this article some time ago, you know, about the Abigail Witch of Brickyard Road, Russell County history. And he was a really nice guy, older gentleman. He was born and raised here basically his whole life, and he was telling us a bunch of stories. He had some really good stories, but the main part of the conversation was in his article, he has seen the 6-foot iron fence a long time ago. Now, he said he's not 100% sure if it's still standing, especially since kids like to come down here and party and they kind of vandalize stuff and, you know, etc. But he did give me the pinpoint location of exactly where to walk. Now, I have been to this area before, but not this deep back, because he told us we had to keep going back past where, you know, the homes used to be down here. And we found a couple of properties where homes used to be back here. We found the steps to a whole bunch of homes, which you've seen. And here's one of the properties right here, which he's talking about. So let me get a little closer. So this is the one house that he's talking about. So you can see that. That's all that's left of it. And then there's a whole bunch more foundations, and you can see, you know, the steps and everything over here. Now, he told us we had to keep going back past the property, but he didn't say exactly what direction past the property. So I am out here today with a couple different people, and we are all scattered looking in different areas past the property. So hopefully today is the day that we can find the grave of the Brickyard Witch. This is our 5th episode, our 5th video out here looking for the witch of Brickyard Road. So Mark Clark, the author we got in touch with, also knows John T. Smith, who I believe passed away already, but he was the author of the book of Russell County. Now, they both shared stories with each other, and basically they are the two best people for you to ask about this.
Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed. Wind and water, earth and fire, sing a song of deep desire. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Stone and star, leaf and dove, hold me close in witch's love. Night is long, but dawn will prove nothing breaks a witch's love. To heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed. Wind and water, earth and fire, sing the song of deep desire. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Stone and star, leaf and dove, hold me close in witch's love. Night is long, but dawn will prove nothing breaks a witch's love. To heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed. Wind and water, earth and fire, sing the...
As the legend goes, she was hung from an oak tree. And they hung her and sat and watched for 3 hours, during which time a storm started and a line of fire shot from the sky, which of course would be lightning. And it burned the tree, and it also burned her rope. And when it burned her rope, she fell down into a vertical grave that was already pre-dug. And she was buried basically standing up, so she could never come back from the dead. And also, so she would never rest in peace. And then later on, by that oak tree, they put a 6-foot iron fence. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Right here, you can see some snake skin. And then another one going right down the fence all the way down. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's definitely, you know, snake shedding, but really cool. So all this right here would be the siding. If you get up close, you can see the ridges, the siding right here. And also right here would be a window frame, and that's all siding also. Plus a bunch more of the house, which would have obviously went to this house right here.
Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. is love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed. Wind and water, earth and fire, sing a song of deep desire. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Stone and star, leaf and dove, hold me close in witch's love. Night is long, but dawn will prove nothing breaks a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed. Wind and water, earth and fire, sing a song of deep desire. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Stone and star, leaf and dove, hold me close in witch's love. Night is long, but dawn will prove nothing breaks a witch's love.
So right now, as you see, right here is the old fuel crust mill. Right here is the pond. Right here would be Brickyard Road and State Docks Road. So we're in the correct spot that the author told us to look at, which is in this little vicinity right here, because we found the old homes that used to be here.
Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight moonlight shines and
So we are now back looking for the witch of Brickyard Road in Phenix City, Alabama. We are behind the old Fieldcrest Cannon facility. We are basically at Brickyard Road and State Dock Road. And this is episode 6. Hope everybody enjoys it.
Through the forest, hear me call. Moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth the witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love. Roses bloom where shadows rest. Sacred circle, we are blessed.
So I found this silo type thing right here. And it's really big and it's knocked down. So we're just gonna head to the back of it real quick and see if we can go on the inside. Let's see. Look at that. How cool is that? Look at that. There's the old door. So the old door is on the ceiling. But that's pretty cool. You can hear your echo. Hello! And this would be the top of it right here. Definitely pretty cool. So you would have climbed up it back then, and right here would have been where you walked around at, if you can see that. And I'm going to try to make it over here to this hole, even though we were just looking in here from the other side. Now you get to see it from this side. Look how cool that is. There you go. Look up. Very cool. Hello! So I came across this wall right here. And it goes all the way around. I mean, it's really long. And then it goes down this way. It's basically one big square. And as you see, I'm standing on this side of it. And it's pretty deep. It looks like a pool to me, to be honest. You'll see why when you see these steps that we found on the other side. But at the same time, there's like this chain that is sticking out of the wall right here. And the chain runs all the way across the wall, just on this side. The other sides don't have that chain. Well, actually, the chain's not there, but there is a loop, as you see. So them chains would have went all the way around the sides. Let me know in the comments what you think it is. I'm going to head down and show you the steps real quick. Now, these are the stairs that I'm talking about. And let me show you why I say that they look like pool steps. And I could be wrong. But if you remember, most of the pools, especially growing up, they had this pole to go down the middle, and you could come up this side and you could go up that side. Now, we did follow the wall right there, and it goes all the way in a complete square. And there's no dipping, there's nowhere to drive your car in here or anything like that. It's just, you know, these are the only steps right here. And the wall is that big that goes across the whole area. What do you think it is? Okay, so I did come across this foundation right here. As you can see, the bricks. And also, there's a whole bunch of scattered ones. I don't know if you can see that or not. And over here is a whole slab. And then this one actually goes all the way across to right here. And some sort of piping. And right over here, you'll see another piece of the foundation right here. How cool is that?
Through the forest hear me call, moonlight shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love.
Good afternoon, everybody. So in today's epic adventure, we're going to be looking for the Witch of Brickyard Road in Phenix City, Alabama. Now, we're still on Brickyard Road, and we're a little bit down from the old Fieldcrest Mill. And we're going to be walking along these tracks right here, looking off in the side in these woods right here, because we got a little tip that the burial location of Abigail, the Witch of Brickyard Road, could be in these little wooded paths right here. So we're trying our best to see if we can spot a 6-foot iron fence. So join us today, and hopefully today's the day that we can find the Witch of Brickyard Road's burial location. Okay, so this is episode 7. This is our 7th video looking for the burial location of Abigail, the Witch of Brickyard Road in Phenix City, Alabama. First, I'm going to cross this bridge right here on the railroad tracks, kind of like Stand By Me. Hopefully no train comes, of course. Let's show you down here some. Let me get to the gaps. It's not a crazy far drop, but it's a nice little drop. But hopefully today's the day that we can find the burial location of the Witch of Brickyard Road. Now, all over here to your left and past these railroad tracks up a little bit would be where the old Fieldcrest Cannon Mill was. So we're just kind of searching around, you know, seeing what we can see. But I hope everybody enjoys today's video. I know some people have been watching since our very first video, and I want to thank everybody that has been with us on our adventure. I want to thank everyone that has been giving us little bits of information here and there. A lot of people give different information on where the burial location could be. So when we first did this, I wasn't expecting to be on a 7th episode. I was, you know, hoping to find it on my very first time. But this is where we're at now. And down this way would be Gum Pond, which is the swamps, basically. And I hope everybody enjoys today's video. I'm going to throw some music on the video and just walk around. But I would like to add real quick, any locals, you know, this area that has any type of information, please leave it in the comments on where you think the burial location for Abigail, the Witch of Brickyard Road is. And I definitely appreciate it. And as soon as we get some more information, we'll head out to that area and give it a search.
Who's asleep amidst the trees? Bats all a swaying in the breeze, but one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown, don't dare let her tremble alone. For the witch should heartless cold, paid in coin of gold. He comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep.
I don't know if you can see this right here, but these are where they make honey. There's all them cases right there, and the beehives are inside of them. And right here are some type of orchard trees, some type of fruit, you know. Right here, we're sitting out front of the Easton Woods gate right here. Again, I don't know if you can see right through them trees right there. That's the old Fieldcrest Cannon Mill. So just to give you a pinpoint location exactly where we're at, this is the abandoned building right here and the one behind it.
shines and covers all. Roots below and stars above carry forth a witch's love. Heart to heart, flame to flame, by the old ones I call your name. Bound in trust, the skies approve. This is the power of a witch's love.
Right here you'll see some snake skin. Pretty long too, take a look. Keeps on going all the way up. That's a big boy right there. And right here is the head. You can see the eyes right there. Pretty cool. Look at that. The other side of the property?
I'm on the other side of the road.
Oh, okay. And when was the last time you seen the grave location?
Well, I mean, I haven't been down to it since I was a little boy, but the boy that is one of my best friends.
Okay.
We were over here this winter, and we were talking about walking down here, but it was just, you know, bad.
Overgrown, just too rural, yeah.
But when we looked through here, it looked like you could see the witch's grave.
I remember last time we came down here, we did find the pool. I also found like what it seemed to be like maybe a brick chimney piece with an oven or something like that.
Well, I might be able to get this guy on the phone. I got my phone with me. I've got his phone number. He lives in Mississippi.
Okay.
And Hillcrest kept this up for a while.
And then someone else, you know, they see my prior videos, you know, on social media, and he said that it was by an old lake house.
Yeah, that's the Bussy home is back over there.
Oh, okay.
But this was the road you went to get to it.
Oh, okay.
Where's that?
You looking for a machete?
Machete.
Tara.
Hold on. Okay. I had to run and go get the machete. Alright, yes. Alright.
Hey, remember I was telling you? Remember I was telling you about those guys that have been looking for the witch's grave? Remember we were walking? I just happened to see them walking around when I came down here. And I'm over here, there is where the pool curves, where we were looking at, and the pool curves, there is a great big fire pit. I mean, like a grill, big old grill thing. I've never seen this before.
Oh yeah, we actually opened up the bottom part and everything.
Yeah, square.
You actually got it open?
That's the grave.
How'd you get it open? You really fooled on
This is the grave. You talking about the cooking pit now?
Is it ornamental looking?
No.
It's made of brick.
This is a brick. It's a brick thing. But the pool is just back 15 feet. I mean, about 30 feet away. How close is it to the? I just don't remember it well.
It seemed like it was on the other side of the road, though. I thought. Right, like when you went in, if you walked straight up the top of
Yeah, we walk.
the road.
Right, we're at the pool. Right here at the top of the pool.
The steps.
We came down those steps we saw this winter. And
Curves, and it's like,
it goes back towards.
yeah, it's going
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like a trail through here. Pretty good trail right along the back of this thing. I think these might be the original steps when you walk.
Yes, they're like a half oval.
Yeah.
Grandma, I couldn't.
She's on the back.
Uh-huh.
Why would you leave her? Why'd you tell him to leave you? GP's fun. When I went back.
I'm fine. I'm with those people that I was telling you about.
He had seen my video, and Gigi found him on the corner, and he owns the property across the other side. So he's on the phone with his bubby. Yeah, a long time ago, but his buddy's seen it too. He's on the phone with in a different state.
So they've seen it.
Yes.
Hey, if I put you on FaceTime, can you see it? I don't know how to use all this technology. Born on 1300 3rd Avenue in Columbus, and that's where my father grew up also. And the Bussey family, that was their in-town house, was across the street from us. You know where that that place off of 13th Street they've turned into all the restaurants and that kind of stuff? Highside Market.
Yes.
Their house faced that that building they're putting that extra story on. That's
Okay.
where our house was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So do you know the Bickerstaffs? They.
I know all the Bickerstaffs, yeah. But the Bussey family owned this. This Bickerstaff didn't own this.
Okay. It said in 1832, Bickerstaff bought it when
From
the government took it over
Abercrombie.
from the Creek Indians.
Yes.
And then I heard they did sell it though.
Well, they sold some of it.
Okay.
There's several families of Bickerstaffs. But the Bussey family, in fact, my friend John Bussey, his dad was a sister. He married Lindsay Neal Bickerstaff.
Okay.
And then they had two children, Lindsay and then Miss Hatcher. I can't call her first name now, but she's married to Madden Hatcher, the attorney who's about 80-something years old. And but we went to church with him at First Press
Okay.
in downtown.
Downtown.
First
Okay.
Avenue.
And what about the original Claymore plantation? Is that plant 145?
Well, this was all called Claymore.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. In fact, some of the old history stuff from the property as I bought, in fact, I call my place Claymore.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, when you were young, in this vicinity right here is where you seen it. You went down the steps as a child.
I don't remember going down the steps. I just remember running through these woods. We played at the end of that lake, and then there's a house that's burned that's back over there. That was the old Bussy home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we seen that.
Looking near the burned out house.
Yeah, we seen that. Yeah.
But somebody else said right here.
Yeah.
This is where it is.
Okay.
So
You're closer than you've ever been.
Okay.
do you remember the pool?
No, I don't. I remember walking around the edge, but it was grown up. But I remember talking to people who are dead. They're dead now, but they remember the pool when the water flowed over and it was a sandy bottom.
That's amazing. Do you remember if it was on this side of the pool or the other?
My friend that we were just talking to, he remembers it as a void right here.
Okay.
So that's why. Anyway, that's.
See, some people say you can see it from the road. I stopped at the guy who fixed the trucks right up the road on Brickyard, and his cousin just turned on bigger stuff, and he said you can see it from the road in the winter. It has a monument and a rock iron fence around it.
No, he's talking about the column of the old house. That's up there on the hill.
Okay. All
They
right.
just cleaned that out the other day. That doesn't have. What are you doing?
So how will we know we're there? Does this have the wrought iron fence around it?
Huh?
Does it have the 6-foot
This
fence?
used to have a wrought iron fence around it. I understood that people stole all the fence. So that's
Okay.
why I remember seeing it as a boy. But see, this is the edge of the pool right here. See, the pool went this way.
Does it have like a monument with it or anything?
It did.
Okay.
I'm thinking they stole it.
Okay.
It was wonderful.
Vandals.
So there's no way really to find them because
Well, unless
it's
I'm
next
just
to an
saying,
oak tree.
I have not been up in this area since I was a little boy. When they sold it, they moved to town and they lived over on Hilton Avenue.
Okay.
And, I've talked to Mr. Bussey many times about the Richard Road, but this was before I ever thought about buying this property.
Okay.
So,
Now, would the bigger staff know where it is?
no.
Stuff
Because
on
they're
there.
I
not
know.
the big staffs that are alive, they never owned this property.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like you got a big oak right there. Right there, just next to. In 2003, Mr. Smith did for the Russell County Historian Society. He did, it's in the book. He did a, what do you call it? Investigation of it.
Document.
Now,
Yeah.
yes, back in 2003, and it's in the Russell County book, and he said, follow the electrical lines. Don't go off the electrical lines. And he said it's a wrought iron fence next to a big oak tree. But that's all he would give. So then we talked to Mr. Clark, who writes for the Citizen, and did several articles too. And that's what he said.
Well,
But it would be in this area according to what they were saying.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
area.
That's why I think.
How's the cemetery up the road?
Well, he's buried in Linwood Cemetery.
Abercrombie is buried in Linwood Cemetery.
Linwood Cemetery. Okay, I have been there before.
Yeah, that would be the person.
Do you know his first name?
That's close to me. Linwood.
Do you know his first name? Her husband?
Seemed like I didn't know it one time.
Oh.
But they have a, Linwood has a little thing right as you come off of 6th Avenue. The old,
We can go here today. If you
well,
want.
they're not going to be open today.
Okay.
Monday, is the first time they'll be open. But that's over there at, 6th Avenue, and it turns into 17th Street.
Okay.
17th Street.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's.
This is the biggest
This tree seems to be the biggest one here. That since we've been coming here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Help him get it off his shirt. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, right here. He wants to take pictures of the chimney, guys. Look out.
Well, I was just, no, it's fine. Y'all can see it. I'm in the insurance business. About this high.
Oh wow. So how the house that burnt down? How long ago did it burn down around?
It burned down in the 60s.
Oh, okay, okay. Because a lot of people use that area too. To like, have you seen the burnt down house with the fence around it?
Yeah, see that? That's what I always heard. You know, like I said, I need to bring my.
Is this the way you came?
We came around.
Oh, okay, okay,
Isn't that the way we came?
okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it easier to get
How
out.
far in did you go when you seen it when you were running?
You don't.
Towards the road or in the middle or towards the lake?
You say what now?
When you seen it, was it more towards the lake, the road, or the middle?
No, I don't. I mean, I remember as a little boy, but when we were standing up there looking down here this winter, when you could see back through here, we saw this open spot right here, and that's what made us think, well, that must be the witch's grave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do talk about how nothing grows.
Do you know if there's the Historic Society here closed? Do you know anything?
We were sitting there, and this is the art of Alabama politics. And see, there's my cousin's the one who sent these.
Ah, that's me right there.
Oh wow!
So anyway, like I said, he lives in that white house. He's from Phenix City.
Okay, yeah, and straight up past that tree a little bit. It's overgrown more since the last time we've been here. Like a lot. And you can see some of the bricks right there sticking up. And right here. And then there's more by that tree right there. And that goes pretty far. And then more back here. And again, the internet don't give you too much information about exactly what buildings are here. We search on Google Maps and Google Earth, and that's how we, hoping to see it from the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. This thing's grown over long before there was.
But definitely a foundation of some sorts. Yeah, yeah.
Oak tree right there. That's an old oak tree.
It is.
I think. Oh, it's pine.
There was a well here too, somewhere.
Okay.
John was.
So careful where you walk. That means.
No, I mean, somewhere up there toward the edge of that thing. So yeah, always walk with somebody. Don't go by yourself. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's seen 2 snakes since we've been here already.
Oh yeah. You can.
Well, we know we're in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's Brickyard Road right through there.
Okay.
Now that fence is high. 6 feet?
It's probably
6 feet
sunk
right
some.
on?
It's probably sunk some by now.
It's still there.
Yeah.
They said the fence is 6 feet high.
I think
Well, this
somebody
guy
stole
right
the fence. I mean, I don't think you'll ever find the fence. But I think wherever it was, because it had a sign on it, as I remember.
Okay.
And
Good one.
Careful. Like I said,
Probably just stealing.
well, people
disrespect.
would
People don't know
they
it's
just
among
cut it up and take it and scrap it.
Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Give 'em
Y'all
back
want to walk
their
out this way? Or
You sure can. If you know the way out this
No,
way.
I don't.
The only way I know out is back at the steps,
Yeah. Well,
personally.
right. Well, I was just trying to figure out if we could get through that stuff right there. It looks
Let's see.
pretty thick. And then, driving by.
Let me see my phone. See, there's a clear path to, like, through all that brush right there. Let me get it. Let's see. Careful, Vinny. Careful, careful. Where the burial location is. So someone even told us behind plant 145. So we even we've written 2 properties there. You know, we sent them a letter, dropped it off in their mailbox, and you know, explained the situation and with a phone number and you know, Haley Road down there. And we just didn't want to walk onto their property.
Yeah.
So, did you drop that letter off?
No.
Of course not.
I'm glad I didn't now. Because we were totally in the wrong spot. That was Google.
Now where Claymore, I understand like the plantations run up and down Brickyard and all that, but like where was their main facility? Like a main house, maybe?
Well, Mr. Richard Bickerstaff bought all the small places and put them together.
Okay. Out for snakes. Okay, we should be right out along that path. Just got to get through. Everyone be careful. The little ones, watch out for snakes. Oh yeah, it's right there. Okay. No, that's the path right there that goes along with the power lines, kind of. So our cars will be right up here. Yes, 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 yes.
Who's asleep amidst the trees? Bats all the swaying in the breeze. But one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls.
So who we were just talking to was Frank Lumpkin. Really nice guy, owns the property down a little bit, and he's seen it when he was a kid. So we're going to continue to look. He had to go, and we'll come back another time and continue to look. So right here is the home place to the Abercrombie house, and it's the original Claymore house. Now I'm going to work my way up here just to show you. Now this is pretty cool. Take a look at this. As you see right here, here's the sign. And right here is what's left of the original foundation. Of course you can find little pieces of brick to the foundation scattered around a little bit, but this is it right here. This is the last pillar, and it's fenced in. But as you see, there's bricks, you know, everywhere. But this is really cool. Take a look at this. Let me try to get up and over. Take a look at that. That is so cool. Get close to it. Now how cool is that? The Abercrombie home place, the Claymore plantation. This is what's left of it. And we're right off of Brickyard Road, as you see. Very cool. Again, pieces of the brick from the original Claymore plantation house. we're now over in Linwood Cemetery in Columbus, Georgia, and we're looking for the burial location of Abigail Abercrombie, the witch of Brickyard Road's husband's grave location right now. But as we're walking through, I just want everyone to remember that every town has an Elm Street. So we did find a couple of Abercrombie graves. Right here would be Evelina, which died in 1858. And right here would be Captain James Abercrombie, who died in 1861. Let me get a little closer. Hopefully you can see that really good. And we're going to read what's on here, but first I want you to listen to this real quick.
So it's our understanding that Abigail had 3 husbands that mysteriously passed away. The Claymore plantation owner had her put to death by hanging due to his favorite overseer, Abercrombie, dying in mysterious circumstances. However, our understanding now is that there was a 4th husband after the overseer. Claymore states that he did a thorough investigation into Abigail's past, plus her other 2 husbands that died. Back in, let's just say, early 1800s, there wasn't mail like today, there isn't internet, there isn't anything. There's horse and buggy, horses pretty much. So that took years. A year's investigation. There was no law back then, so it took him years to get the information. The understanding is that she remarried James Abercrombie. So if anybody has information about a 4th husband, please leave some comments, let us know. If you know anything about the other 2 husbands before Abercrombie, or if you know the first name of the 3rd husband that was the overseer. We assume it was also James. Over here, this is the 2nd wife of James, Evelina, who died back in 1858. So this would have been the 2nd wife if we understand history correctly and what we're being told. On the side here, he put something, they had to have children because it says we miss the dear mother and each heart is sad. At the home, we did greet and ever were glad, it's hard to read, to hear thy wise counsel and dwell on the smile, which life of its troubles did often beguile. Period. So if anybody has any information about Abigail Abercrombie, who died in 1828 by hanging for being the Brickyard Witch, 3rd husband and 4th husband, 1 or 2, if you have anything about that too, please leave a comment and let us know. Thank you so much for watching.
Alright, well that's it for today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. We were all over the place today, but any information would be greatly appreciated. Just leave it in the comments or you can send me a message. Everyone have a great day.
Who's asleep amidst the trees? Bats all the swaying in the breeze. But one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing